Very few people would have thought it made sense to do a comparison between Martin Fitzwater and Derek Lunsford just prior to the 2024 Mr. Olympia event. But here we are, Martin Fitzwater placing fourth, Derek Lunsford placing third. They were side by side. So all of a sudden, it seems to make sense to me anyway, to do a comparison between these two dudes. We're gonna take a look at the fourth versus third at the Olympia. Martin Fitzwater. Wow, did he show up? And Derek Lunsford, I mean, he looked good. He looked good. He just didn't bring those traditional striated glutes, things of that nature, that thin skin that he usually does. But I mean, this is a good comparison. They had the finals. They brought Martin back out, put him into the first grouping, and man, oh man, he looked like a big stud next to Derek. Now, Derek, he definitely does not suck. Just because he lost his title, he placed third instead of first, doesn't mean this guy sucks. We're not taking him out of that hunt. We're putting Martin Fitzwater in that hunt. And as far as the quad size, that's just the size of this guy. He's a little bit bigger than Derek. Derek has a wider clavicle, I would suggest, and his arms are huge. He gets criticized for those arms, but, I mean, those arms are huge. So, take your pick, upper versus lower body. Who's more aesthetically pleasing to you? Because I'm here to tell you, Martin Fitzwater, his condition is not messing around. Right there with the champ. The champ, he was the champion during these posing sessions. Derek, he's still the champion. So wow, what a very close matchup. Let's go through the rest of these shots. The front lat spread? Yeah, Martin is a bigger man. He's a little bit taller, I think, and I don't know if he's any more substantial. As far as that upper body is concerned, Derek seems to be pretty wide. So, structurally speaking, Derek could have an edge in terms of that upper body. Neither guy, I don't know if it's the way they're posing to flex their pecs a little bit more. We like to see the pecs in the front lat spread. It kind of hides their lats in both cases. But Derek, yeah, he probably would have an edge as far as the clavicle width. Martin seems to be pretty peeled. I mean, look at those arms, midsection, everything's in. Now, the lower half, I hate to say it for you Derek Lunsford fans, I like this guy too. But Martin has Phil Heath-esque bubbly round quads. Those are the good kind. Those are definitely the good kind. Blockbustery. Turn to the side. Martin Fitzwater looks pretty darn good here, holding his own against Mr. Olympia himself, Derek Lunsford, former now, but not during these pictures. He wasn't former. He was still the man. Lower half this time, Derek exhibits more cuts in the quads, but even in the pictures you can see that blockbustery type round fullness of Derek, or of Martin Fitzwater. Two studs. Derek, you can definitely see a little bit sizier in that upper body, whether he's opened up a little bit more than Martin or not. He is a big dude. Not all the way big dude, but you'd have to be tall to be an all the way big dude. So neither one of these guys are going to be all the way big dude, but still, here's a side tricep. They could still pull off a win at the Olympia, or another win in Derek's case. Yeah, Derek's winning the side tricep, and hey, I like Martin. I like you, Martin. Martin rhymes with fartin', which is kind of funny. And I've been rootin' tootin' Tuesday for this guy for a long time, but in terms of the side tricep, it's just not his best pose. But I mean, it wasn't for Ronnie Coleman either. Wasn't for Ronnie the King Coleman either. I like the balding look for Derek. How he let his hair on the side grow a little bit. Oh, I love that. It's the balding. I wanted to see that for Chris Bumstead, gosh darn it. Now let's get serious. Let's have a look at the back shots. And I know, for the most part, especially you Derek Lunsford fans, you are thinking, okay, Fitzwater does okay from the front. He does okay from the side. But wait till we see the back. Derek will really take over. Well, considering Derek Lunsford's strong point is his condition, Mr. Fitzwater, he almost looks like he's more peeled, more shredded to the diced. And I did see, just so happened to have seen some Gilco production footage of Martin Fitzwater and Derek Lunsford's glutes, things of that nature before the finals, and I was thinking, geez, Martin, he's right there with Derek as far as that's concerned. The condition. So, yeah, I think this is a lot closer than most people would give Martin Fitzwater credit for. His back even seems to be a little harder, denser, but make no mistake about it, the video footage shows how thick, very thick, Derek Lunsford's back is. So if the conditioning was a little closer, I think Derek might be the stronger of the two, but geez Louise, Martin's back is shredded to the diced. Here's the rear double, and here's an example of just how thick Derek's back really is. Martin, of course, holding his own. You could even give him that rear lat spread, considering how separated his back was itself. But Derek Lunsford, hey, he's still the champion here. Still the champion here. But you gotta have it in the back of your mind that condition, glutes, hamstrings, things of that nature, usually a strong point for Mr. Lunsford. And Martin, this is Olympia winning quality type condition for Mr. Fitzwater. And again, I love the balding look. That's like Al Beckles. He had the balding look. Let's make that popular again. Here's the abs and thigh. Nothing worse than when they post about getting hair plugs. You know, I don't care. They took hair off your bum and they put it on your head. Yes, Chris Bumstead, we all see it. Maybe we'll just start calling him Chris Bumhead. No? You think Derek's had plugs? At least he kept it to himself if he did. Kudos to Martin and his abs and thigh. It's beating Derek's. It's beating brother Derek's. His midsection itself is a little smaller, a little more slender. Derek's V-taper. It is a V-taper from heck. I'm telling you that, no pun intended. Brother Derek. But his abs, neither one of them are going to be Sean Ray, but maybe a little bit better for Martin Fitzwater. And in the quads, look at that. I'm telling you, this guy's legs are better than Derek Lunsford's front and back. Maybe even side. I'll say it. And in the most muscular, Martin Fitzwater, he is a beast. He is a beast for sure. And he probably is winning it in terms of condition. And when you watch the video footage up close, Derek Lunsford has a lot, just mounds of muscle all over the place. His upper body's huge next to Martin's. But Martin, very refined, very detailed. Obviously, I'm not going to go out there and say Derek Lunsford robbed Martin Fitzwater. He should have placed fourth. Martin should have placed third. Martin is happy with his fourth place finish. Derek probably not too happy with his third. He was actually pretty close. And I'm not going to say Derek should have placed under Martin, but I will say by next year, or even at the Arnold if both of these guys are competing, the judges are going to have their sharp eye on these two. And if Derek's condition is about the same as here, and Martin gets a little bit more size and keeps on his condition, well, could be a situation where Martin does beat Derek. But obviously the judges were there. They made the right decision. It was nice to see them compared. It really was nice to see them side by side. Hey, we've seen them side by side at the Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, guys, that is my opinion. Look forward to more Mr. Olympia comparisons coming up. Let me know in the comment section below. Who do you guys want to see from the Olympia? You want to see a Hunter Labrada? Hunter Labrada versus Andrew Jacked, perhaps? Have a great one, guys.